The Zarathian Armada materialized in Earth's orbit at precisely 0600 hours GMT, their warships blotting out the stars like obsidian monuments to their perceived superiority. Within minutes, every screen, every device, every communication channel on the planet buzzed with the same message, a holographic figure, 7 feet tall with luminescent purple skin and for eyes arranged in a diamond pattern, declared in a voice that seemed designed to inspire terror. Primitive humans of Earth, you have 24 hours to surrender unconditionally to the Zarathian Empire. Failure to comply will result in planetary annihilation. Kylie Martinez, a xenolinguistics professor at MIT, was in the middle of her morning coffee when the transmission interrupted her podcast. She watched the alien's theatrical proclamation, set down her mug, and laughed so hard she nearly choked. Within 18 hours, that laughter would echo across the entire planet. William Chen, a lieutenant commander in Earth's United Defense Force, sat in the Emergency Council meeting at Peterson Space Force Base. The room was filled with generals, politicians, and scientists, all staring at the replay of the Zarathian ultimatum. The Secretary General of the United Nations cleared his throat nervously. "Gentlemen, ladies, we need to formulate a response. With all due respect, Mum." William interrupted, unable to suppress a grin. Did they seriously just give us a surrender deadline? Earth, the planet that invented nuclear weapons before we invented color television? A general with more medals than Jacket Space chuckled. The species that argued about whether a dress was blue or gold, while simultaneously operating rovers on Mars? The room erupted. Someone pulled up Earth's Wikipedia page, the actual, unedited version that the Zarathians had apparently failed to read. There it was, in stunning detail, humanity's greatest hits. 2 world wars. The Cold War. That time they strapped themselves to controlled explosions just to prove they could walk on their own moon. The elaborate history of weaponizing literally everything, including atoms, space, weather patterns. And once, memorably, bats, Kylie was already trending on social media. Her video response to the Zarathian ultimatum, a 17-minute breakdown of every historical instance where humanity had responded to threats with disproportionate violence, had gone viral. "These guys studied our broadcasts, right?" she said into the camera, her eyes sparkling with mischief. "They watched our movies? Did nobody on their intelligence team watch Independence Day? War of the Worlds? Literally any Michael Bay film?" On Reddit, our HFY exploded. Memes flooded every platform. Someone created a countdown timer titled "Hours Until Humanity Does Something Stupid," and survives anyway. The general consensus: Earth wasn't scared. Earth was offended at the implication they should be scared. William's team compiled a highlight reel for the Zarathians. It included the Emu War, which humanity technically lost but fought anyway, the invention of the Tsar Bomba, because one nuclear bomb apparently wasn't enough, and footage of extreme sports, where humans voluntarily jumped off perfectly stable structures for fun. They added a clip of Kylie's viral video as a postscript. At R12, the memes had evolved. Someone photoshopped the Zarathian commander onto the "This is fine" dog. Another showed Earth's response as the "Call an ambulance, but not for me" meme. Australian members contributed a particularly devastating one featuring a cassowary with the caption, "You think you're scary?" The Zarathian fleet, monitoring Earth's communications, grew increasingly confused. Their invasion protocol had worked on 47 other civilizations. All had responded with either terror, immediate surrender, or desperate military mobilization. Humanity had responded with comedy. At R18, Kylie received a message from the UDF. William had requested her presence at Peterson. When she arrived, he was standing in front of a massive screen displaying the Zarathian fleet, a smirk playing at the corners of his mouth. "Dr. Martinez," he said formally, though his eyes were dancing, "we need your expertise. We're crafting our official response. Let me guess," Kylie replied, matching his tone. "We're not surrendering? Oh, we're responding. Just not with surrender." He pulled up the document they'd prepared. It was beautiful. A comprehensive anthropological study of humanity's relationship with existential threats. Our tendency to name our weapons things like little boy and fat man. our creation of entertainment industries based entirely on survival horror, and our inexplicable fondness for keeping apex predators as pets. The final line read, "The people of Earth acknowledge receipt of your ultimatum. We respectfully decline and counteroffer. You have 6 hours to leave our orbit, or discover why humans are the only species known to have domesticated wolves for companionship. Choose wisely." Kylie laughed until tears streamed down her face. "You're insane. I love it. But you know they might actually attack." William's expression hardened slightly, the warrior beneath the humor showing through. "Let them try. We've got 3,000 nuclear missiles, railgun satellites we've been itching to test, and a species-wide agreement that we don't do well with bullies." He paused. "Plus, Australia offered to send their wildlife as biological weapons. The Zerathians won't know what hit them." At R23, Earth transmitted their response. They also included several additions. A playlist titled Songs to Die By featuring everything from Sabaton to Johnny Cash's Hurt, a Wikipedia article on the concept of spite, and a clip from Jurassic Park with the famous line, "Life finds a way," except someone had edited it to say, "Humans find a way to weaponize anything." The Zerathian commander stared at his screens in dawning horror. His intelligence officer had finally finished processing Earth's actual military capabilities. Their history, their psychology. The species didn't just survive against odds, they thrived on adversity. They'd fought each other for millennia with increasing creativity and violence, then united in hours when faced with external threats. At R23 and 47 minutes, the Zerathian armada began their retreat. Kylie and William watched from Peterson as the alien ships blinked out of existence, returning to whatever hell they'd come from. The base erupted in cheers. "We just scared off an alien invasion with memes and historical citations," Kylie said. Shaking her head in disbelief, William grinned, pulling up the final meme already circulating, the Zerathian fleet retreating with the caption, "Maybe the real conquest was the friends we didn't make along the way. Humanity," he said, raising an imaginary glass. "Spending 18 hours laughing before remembering we're actually terrifying." Kylie clinked her coffee mug against his imaginary glass. "Here's to being the universe's most dangerous comedy show, somewhere in deep space." The Zerathian Empire updated their database. Next to Earth, Sol System, they added a single note in luminescent text, "Do not engage." Humans are insane. They weren't wrong.